Hello and thank you for watching. I'm Ashley Van Dyke with Advantage Software, and on today's video, Exhibit Tracking and Automation, I'm going to show you an amazing new Python plugin available in Eclipse 11. This plugin was suggested by Keith Vincent, and so it is customized to some of his specific preferences that work for him in Texas. If you do different types of work or work in a different location, you might need some changes or tweaks to this plugin, and we can help you do that. First, I'm going to go to Support, Plugins, Plugin Store, and I'm going to select Exhibit Tracker. I'm going to hit Download, OK. And next, since this plugin is going to add macros, I need to enable it. So I'll go to Manage Plugins, I'll go to Exhibit Tracker, and I see that it's going to add a total of 3 macros for me. So I'm going to enable this and restart Eclipse. And if we return to Plugins, Manage Plugins, and look at the text for Exhibit Tracker, we see that the first macro it's going to add is Finalize Exhibit. And this is intended to be used and then a stroke for Finalize Exhibit, and it will add the additional text that you need at the end of your exhibit number. Now, this macro also works with letters, but if you use letters or you use both numbers and letters, just make sure that you have separate strokes for each of these macros. Additionally, it's going to add 2 strokes to automate numbered and lettered exhibits. In this example, for both of these macros, I'm going to combine the macro with a block file. This is required for Automate Exhibit, but depending on how you mark your exhibits, it might not be necessary for Finalize Exhibit. I'm going to open up a file that I've prepared that shows you the order in which I'm using these macros. So at the beginning of my document, an attorney is entering Exhibit 7. At the end of their statement entering the exhibit, I write my stroke to read in my marked file. If we look in blocks at marked, you see that all this says is whereupon the parties exhibit. There's no space at the end, and there's no other text in this document. And after I write that, the next thing that happens is that the court begins speaking. After this point, the next exhibit is entered into evidence, and at this point, I'm going to start using the Automate Exhibit entry. And what this will do is it's going to piggyback off of a block file. So if I look in my block files, I have a file called xmarknum, and this is specified in the plugin documentation. If I look at Exhibit Tracker, in order to use the Automate Exhibit macros, I have to have block files that match the names that they're expecting. And those are xmarknum and xmarkalpha. And so again, this will work the same way with letters or numbers. And so if you use one or the other or both, just make sure that you need to have separate strokes for each. And in this document, I have the same text, but at the end I do have a space. And you'll see as this translates how that works differently than in the first example that uses Finalize Exhibit. So I'm going to translate this file and I'm going to use virtual real time. I'm going to retranslate it since I do already have an existing file. And next I'm going to start pushing strokes through. And so here we have Exhibit 7 entered into evidence. Now I'm going to enter my block file for marked. And you see that there's currently no exhibit number there. And next I'm going to hit my Finalize Exhibit stroke. And what that does is it finds my word exhibit and the number, and it automatically adds marked in the close parentheses to what I've added. As I continue writing, next I can use the Automate Exhibit macro. So first I used Finalize Exhibit just to finalize my exhibit blurb, but now, since for this example I know that my exhibits are going to increment one at a time, I can now from this point use the Automate Exhibit macro instead. So here I'm going to enter the next exhibit, which is exhibit 8. And there I've hit my automate exhibit macro, which pulled in my block file and automatically entered the exhibit number and that marked text at the end of it. And I can continue to do this for exhibit number 9. And Eclipse was automatically able to fill that text in for me with a single stroke. It automatically brought in the block file, and then it filled in the missing exhibit number, and then it finalized it with the marked text. And all of this information is customizable. In the Edit Python Code section, you can go to Exhibit Tracker, and you can see here that it's looking for the word exhibit, and it's adding marked in a parentheses to the end of that text. And so all of this is a plugin that we can customize for you. So if you'd like to use this feature, but if this is not exactly how you mark your exhibits, just let us know and we'd be happy to help you customize this so that it works for you. And don't forget that all of these macros that work with exhibit numbers also work with lettered exhibits in exactly the same way. You can use the macros and strokes in the same order that I've shown here for numeral exhibits and get the same results with lettered exhibits. Don't forget that Advantage Software offers anytime support. Tech support is available for any question, anytime, including weekends and holidays, at 772-288-3266. Email support is also available at support@eclipsecat.com. Thank you for watching this video. Please hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so that you'll be notified when we publish new content in the future. Thank you so much and have a great day.